Good morning, first graders. So we are here for day number 2 of our reading with Tippy Toe Chick Go. So I'm going to just remind you of our words really quick. And I'm having a hard day with these days and when I'm teaching you. So I know that on yesterday I said that Wednesday we would be worrying about our story words, but actually we're going to be worrying about those a little bit more on Thursday. Sorry, that was my fault. So today we're going to concentrate more on our high frequency words a little bit. So we have a long, behind, eyes, never, pulling, and toward. Our amazing words are clever, intend, predicament, grumpy, exhausted, furious, batter, and griddle. Okay, so these are our words that we're going to be talking about. Remember, yesterday we learned about that OW and the OU, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and let's look at our street rhyme for this week. So it says, when you're in a tough situation or can't think of a good explanation, when you're stuck in quicksand or things aren't as you planned, just use your imagination. So that's why we've talked about having to use clever ideas in order to solve our problems or our predicament. Okay, so remember, predicament is just a problem that we've talked about. So today we're going to read a new story. So it's a story that I have not read. So this one is called Digby Takes Charge. Now, when we read Digby Takes Charge, I want you to listen for that word grumpy. So we're going to talk about what does it mean to be grumpy. Okay, so this one says Digby Takes Charge by Carolyn Jane Church. Sorry, Carolyn. It says, on the farm lived 2 cows, 4 pigs, 6 silly sheep, and a grumpy farmer. There was also a new sheepdog named Digby. So you should have heard that word grumpy already. So grumpy just means that you're in a bad mood. So this farmer, if you can see his expression, I know it's really, really hard in here, but you can tell he's not in a good mood. He's grumpy. Okay? It says, Digby has been brought to the farm because he was so very good at herding sheep. Okay, Digby, said the farmer, let's see just how good you really are. I want all those sheep in the pen now. Easy peasy, thought Digby. Only 6 sheep. So he set to work. Because these sheep had different ideas, they didn't like being told where to go or what to do. So Digby's really good, but he kind of has a predicament. These sheep are going, you're not going to tell us where to go or what to do. So he has a predicament or a problem. This made Digby angry. He made a ferocious face and growled at them. But the sheep shrugged and wandered off to eat some tasty grass. So over here it says ferocious. I know that's not one of our amazing words, but I want to talk about it really quick. So ferocious face just means kind of a mean face. A really, really mean, ferocious face. Okay. Digby was furious and confused. How could he possibly be a great sheepdog if the sheep completely ignored him? So he came up with a plan. Into the pen, now, he yelled over the noise of the engine. But the sheep just smiled. Digby had another idea. Into the pen, now, he shouted over the roar of the tank. But the sheep weren't scared. So he took to the skies in a huge helicopter. Into the pen, now! Digby cried at the top of his voice. But the sheep simply looked up and laughed. Oh, are his ideas working? So he's got some clever ideas, but they don't seem to be working. All right, let's see. Digby felt exhausted. He didn't know what to do next. How can I be a great sheepdog if I can't even round up 6 silly sheep? He hung his head in misery. The 2 cows and 4 pigs saw how unhappy he was. Come on, Digby, they said encouragingly. We have lived on this farm for a long time, they told him, and we've learned there is a way to get what we want. They gathered round Digby and whispered their secret. Why, thank you, said Digby. Now I think I understand. So the other animals on the farm are trying to help Digby with the sheep. Let's see if it works. He took a deep breath and wandered over to the sheep. Would you go into your pen now, please? One by one, the sheep went quietly into the pen, and Digby never had any trouble with the sheep again. So he just used his manners and asked them nicely to go in the pen, and look what happened. They went into the pen for them. But the ducks were another matter. Uh-oh. So in our story, we had a predicament or a problem like we talked about, and Digby did lots of clever things, but in the end, the animals on the farm were the ones that were able to help him, and he just had to use his manners to go ahead and get them to do what they needed to do. So really quick, we're going to sing our song, A Clever Way Out, that talks about our predicaments, okay? And then we'll move on to our skill for today and our decodable readers. So here's our song. We're going to sing along with it. When you're in an awful predicament, you need a clever way to make things be okay. You intend to play a clever part. Oh, you are so smart. All right, so that's our song for the week, okay? And we're just talking about how to be clever to solve those problems. All right, so today I want to just review. Yesterday we talked about the OW in owl. So we talked about how the OW can be at the beginning of words, in the middle of words, and at the end of words. And we saw that in our decodable yesterday, as well as the words that I had on my board. Okay, then we also had that OU, and we saw that OU could be in the beginning of words and in the middle of words, but not at the end of words. And remember, both of these said ow. Okay, so owl and mouse. We can hear that ow sound in both of them. Right, so we have those ow sounds. Today, we're going to learn a new skill. So our new skill is up here, and it talks about our final syllable being that L-E. So our final syllable being L-E. So remember, when we do syllables, if I just look at this word, because this is a picture of a candle, if I think about that word, can-dle, or can-dle, whichever way you want to do your syllables, okay? But can-dle. So we're hearing that dull at the end of our word. So that's our final syllable that we're hearing. And when you hear that ul in the last syllable in a word, it can be spelled L-E. Okay, so if I was going to break up candle into our syllables, I would go ahead and break it apart right here between that N and that D. So here's my first syllable, can-dull. And then that L-E is that sound that makes the ul in my final syllable. Okay, we can do the same thing with lit-ul. So again, let's go lit-tul, lit-tul. So we hear that tul as our final syllable. And here we're going to break it apart between those T's. So we have lit, tull. And again, when I hear that final ul sound in a final syllable, it's usually going to be spelled L-E. Okay, let's try another one. Bub-ble, bub-ble. Okay, so again, I'm going to break it apart. That one's kind of hard. Between those two B's, so bub-ble. Okay, last one. Let's do bundle, bundle. So again, I hear that final syllable, dole, okay? I hear that ul sound, which is going to be spelled L-E. So I'm going to break it apart right there, and I'm going to show those syllables. So again, when that final syllable makes that ul sound, it is generally spelled L-E. Okay, so it has that L-E spelling at the end. So today we're going to practice this in our decodable. Okay, so you should have your decodable, a bundle of shirts, So a bundle of shirts, and it's written by Eric Weiss. Okay, so right away in my title, I see that word bundle. So I'm going to either highlight or take a pencil, either one, and I'm going to highlight that word bundle because I can see that bundle has that L-E ending with that syllable. Okay, down here, the only skill I'm going to highlight is that final syllable L-E. Then if you notice, we have review skills from yesterday of that diagram, the diphthong, O-W, and then that O-U that both say ow. And then of course we always have our high frequency words. So let's go ahead and look at our final syllable words. So when I'm reading this, I can do this in syllables. So I can go lit, ol, little, and I can put it together in order to sound it out. So then I have simple, simple. Okay, next one is bundle, bundle. Next one is sample, sample. And then the last one is dimple, dimple. So you can see where that final syllable has that ul sound, it's making that L-E. Okay, this is our review of our OWs. So we have town, brown, frown, and flowers. And then our OU that says house, mouth, out. You guys can read the high frequency words with your parents. Okay, so let's go through the first page. So go ahead and open up. All right, on my first page, it says, Jen will start school soon. She needs new stuff. She was happy. So was her mom. So in this one, I don't have anything with that L-E ending, so I don't need to highlight any. Okay, let's look at the next one. It says, Jen's mom planned on getting a shirt for Jen. They left the house to go shopping at the mall in town. So I'm seeing some of those OWs, but I'm not seeing those LEs. I'm also seeing some of those OUs, which is review from yesterday. Okay, but I don't see anything there. So obviously our setting is going to be at the mall, okay, because that's where they're headed to try and find her some clothes for school. I bet some of you guys get new clothes for school when it starts. Okay, this one says, Jen tried on a brown shirt. It was too little. Jen tried on a red shirt. It was too big. So in that second sentence, I need the word little. So I'm going to highlight that word little. Okay, let's look at the next one. It says, Jen tried on a simple blue shirt. It had a big rip. She did not see a shirt she wanted. Her mouth was in a frown, so she was upset. So in that first sentence, I need the word simple. It has that L-E ending. Okay. Our next page says, her mom asked the clerk if he had a cute shirt for Jen. He got out a bundle of shirts to sample. One shirt had flowers on it. So here we need bundle and sample. So to sample is just to try on, to see if she likes them. So we have bundle and sample. All right, next page. It says, a green shirt in the bundle fit Jen nicely. It was not too little or too big. So in the first sentence, I need bundle. I also need, little down in the last sentence, not nicely, sorry. So bundle and little. All right, last page. It says, Jen's smile was so big that her dimple showed. She gave her mom a big hug. Okay, so I need in the first sentence, smile and dimple. I don't need anything in that second sentence. So I need smile and dimple. All right, so let's go ahead and read our story. And we can tell that, again, the setting was in the mall. We can tell that the characters were Mom and Jen. Okay, so it says a bundle of shirts. Oh, and the storekeeper. Sorry, I almost forgot that one. It says Jen will start school soon. She needs new stuff. She was happy. So was her mom. Jen's mom planned on getting a shirt for Jen. They left the house to go shopping at the mall in town. So here it shows us where our setting is going to happen and who our characters are. Okay, make sure you're reading along with me, please. This one says, Jen tried on a brown shirt. It was too little. Jen tried on a red shirt. It was too big. Jen tried on a simple blue shirt. It had a big rip. She did not see a shirt she wanted. Her mouth was in a frown. She was upset, maybe kind of grumpy, like our work today, right? Her mom asked the clerk if he had a cute shirt for Jen. He got out a bundle of shirts to sample. One shirt had flowers on it. A green shirt in the bundle fit Jen nicely. It was not too little or too big. Jen's smile was so big that her dimples showed. She gave her mom a big hug. So remember, sometimes when people smile, they get a little dimple in their cheek or on their side, that just a little indent in their cheek that shows that they're happy. And sometimes when people smile big, they get dimples. Okay? Good. So your job is to read this to your parents, and you need to remind them that the reason we highlight it is because of that L-E ending. And remember, it's the final syllable. So if you want to break them apart and show them those syllables, 2-syllable words, okay, but that final syllable has that L-E. So for example, in lit-ol, you hear that ol at the end, which usually makes it that L-E ending. All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and remember yesterday I told you that we were going to do some pages in here together, or I'm going to show you the pages you're doing, but remember we're also going to do our grammar jammer just because yesterday's lesson was a little bit long. So we'll move into that after we do this. So we're going to go into our phonics books. I want you to be on page 509. So in here today we're going to be practicing that L-E ending. Okay, so this number 1 is a picture of cattle. So if you have more than one cow that are together, they're called a cattle. Okay, so I'm going to circle the word that says cattle, and if I notice, I can see cat-tole, and I can see those 2 syllables of why that L-E is there. Okay, this one is a table. So again, I'm going to circle the word table, and again, I have table, so those are my syllables, and that L at the end makes it L-E. Okay, this is a picture of a pickle, a turtle, a candle, a needle, a handle, and a saddle. Okay, down here, all I want you to do is find the word that has the same ending sound as bottle. So if I look at these ones, it's litter, lightly, or little. So I know that little has the same ending as bottle. So I'm just going to fill in the bubble. You're going to do the same thing on number 10. Okay, if you turn your page, we're going to, didn't get to turn, sorry. We're going to come to page 510. So this is another page that you're going to do on your own. And in this page, you're working again on that OW that says ow. So here you're just going to name the picture. So number one, if I look at number one, is a, clown. So I would write clown. C-L-O-W-N. So I would write clown. The next one is a town. And number three is a cow. So you're going to write those words. Down here, you're going to circle the correct word in the phrase and then write it on the line. So number four, it says up and blank. So would it be up and down or up and cow? Well, we know that up and down is what makes sense. So I would come in here and I would write the word down. D-O-W-N. So I wrote my word down. So up and down. So you're going to do the same thing for problems 5 through 10. Okay? So today we're going to move on to our Grammar Jammer. And we're going to look at the very next page when we're done listening to our Grammar Jammer. But it's called imperative sentences. And an imperative sentence is a command sentence that tells someone to do something. So it begins with a capital letter and it ends with a period. So this is a command. It's telling you what to do. All right, so we'll come back to this after we watch our Grammar Jammer here in just a second. Let me get that set up so we can watch that. Grab my computer. Okay, oops, sorry. That was still, I hit that to play. That's not what I want. All right, so our Grammar Jammer, I'm going to go to, and we'll listen to our Grammar Jammer, and then again, we're talking about imperative sentences. So that's just a sentence that gives a command. Excuse me. So our Grammar Jammer is going to be talking about sentences. Let me make it full screen.
We're going to sing you a little grammar song about a little group of words that get along. A sentence is a group of words. Group of words. And the group of words tells a complete idea. A sentence always starts with a capital letter, an uppercase letter, and it comes to an end with a punctuation mark. Now a sentence can be a statement or a question, statement or question, and we know which one it is from how it ends. A period signals the end of a statement, end of the statement, and a question always ends with a question mark. How are the waves? How are the waves? The waves are cool, they totally rule. We're going to sing you a little grammar song about a little group of words that get along. No matter what kind of sentence you decide to write, there are two important parts that you will use. The subject's what the sentence is all about. And the predicate is the action that you choose. An example of a subject is Adam and Kim. It tells us who or what the sentence is about. Now the predicate of this sentence is play at the beach. It's the action that the subject's acting out.
What they're doing.
Adam and Kim play at the beach. Adam and Kim play at the beach. So you see, a sentence is a very special group of words indeed. It makes it fun for us to read.
All right, so that is our Grammar Jammer for right now. So we're going to go ahead and go into our books, like I said. So the very next one is that imperative sentence. So I talked about that already before we watched our song or our Grammar Jammer. And so here again, a imperative sentence is a command sentence. So it tells somebody what to do. So for example, this one says, go to the garden. So it's giving them directions. It's telling them where to go. It's kind of a command. This one says, please watch the dog. So even though it's command, we can still use our manners. And it says, please watch the dog. So it's still a command sentence telling that person what to do. So on 1 through 6, we just need to underline each sentence that is a command. So which one is a command? So number 1, it says, are you thirsty? Is that a command? I know it's not a command. First off, because it's ending with a question mark. I'm asking a question, okay? So this one says, pour a glass of milk. So am I telling somebody what to do? Yes. So that would be a command sentence. So I'm going to underline that. Pour a glass of milk. Okay? This one says, you spilled some milk. So that's just informative. That's just giving me information. It's not telling me what to do. Okay? This one says, please wipe up the milk. Is that a command sentence? Yes, it's telling that person what to do. So we want to underline that. Please wipe up the milk. Okay? Then this one says, let me help you. Okay, is that telling somebody something of what to do? Let me help you? Yes, they're asking you to help, they're telling you that they're going to help you. Okay, and then number 6 says, drink your milk. Okay, drink your milk. Is that a command? Yeah, it's telling them what to do. So it's telling them to drink your milk. So we should have 2, 4, 5, and 6 all underlined because it's a command sentence. Okay, so from here we're going to turn 4 pages. So 1, I'm doing it with you, 2, 3, 4. And when we get to the 4, here we have a predicament. And we're going to use some imperative sentences to tell this person what to do. So it says, Pam has a problem with her cat. What should Pam do? Tell what Pam should do. Write about your ideas and use commands. So maybe Pam's asking me, what should I do? So maybe I could say, have a parent get a ladder, because I don't think you should get a ladder, okay? But maybe have a parent get a ladder. So I might write in here, have, capital H, A, V, E, a, just a, parent, P-A-R-E-N-T, get, G-E-T, a, just a, ladder, L-A-D-D-E-R. And I'm going to start with a capital and end with a period. Okay, so that's one idea of how we could maybe help the cat get down off the roof because she's stuck on the roof. Okay, so I said have a parent get a ladder. What else could I do? I could maybe call the fire department. Maybe I could try and get some treats and have her come in that little window that's right there. I don't know. So I want you to brainstorm some ideas. I want you to tell me 3 ideas. And it's okay if you would like to use my first idea. Okay, so really you can use my first idea and then you need to just come up with 2 more ideas and write it as a command. All right, so today you're going to be turning in page 518 for me. And then I have to go back and look, sorry. You are going to be turning in page 509 and 510. Okay, and I will put that in the email, but if you would make sure you do those 3 pages for me today. All right, great job, and I will see you after a bit. All right, have a good day.